Hey, what's up, you guys? Marty Schwartz here, GuitarJams.com. Gonna bring you a bluesy lesson right now, and it's from this little series that I just did, where I put a little thing on Facebook saying, ask your blues questions, anything related to the blues. I'm gonna pick 5 questions to win my blues masterclass set, which there's a link for right down there, plus the Guitar Jams Facebook page. Links right down there. So I was gonna pick 5 questions. The questions that I pick, that person's going to win that Blues Masterclass DVD set, and I'm going to make a video on, trying to answer that question. So I've noticed a lot of people ask the same question, so hopefully you get something from this. And this final 5th question came from Jake Underdog Easterday. That's quite a name there, Jake. And congratulations, you won that Blues Masterclass DVD set. And I'm going to also try and give a lesson on your question. Here's your question, or Jake Underdog Easterday's question. He says, I understand blues from a classic point of view pretty well, but I'm interested in learning how I can use that platform I know and love as a foundation for creating things of my own that have a more modern feel, kind of like Black Keys, Gary Clark Jr., and Jack White have managed to do. As much as I love the classic 1-4-5 progression, I've unfortunately found that most folks who aren't blues fanatics, such as myself, tend to get bored with it sooner than not. Please, I'm begging you, give me more pointers about how I can, or about what I can do to make the blues more interesting to a modern audience. Well, I've got a cool little thing that I did with a student recently. We're going to zoom in. I'm going to show you some basic techniques that kind of take you, blues-related stuff, but not a traditional blues that a lot of those guys use. And so we'll zoom in and I'll show it to you. Congrats, you won that Blues Masterclass set. Those links are down there. Really appreciate it. But let's zoom in, and I'm going to give you a little lesson and try and answer your question. Here we go. Play a little Black Keys riff for you there. Sorry, the volume's kind of low because I don't want to overdrive my speaking voice here. But what I was using was a fuzz pedal. So one thing that a lot of at least the 3 guys that we talked about in this question here, like Black Keys, Jack White, Gary Clark Jr., some things that they're using a lot in some of those classic bluesy riffs they're doing, so they're using a fuzz pedal instead of an overdrive pedal. It's not necessary, but that's just one thing that those 3 guys happen to be doing a lot. And, you use a pedal like a Big Muff or a Swollen Pickle, all stuff that sounds very dirty and raunchy, which I guess is the point of it. It's intentional. And it's just fun to say, right? So anyway, a fuzz pedal is one thing that you can do that those newer guys are doing. Another thing that I find is really cool is playing riffs with that fuzz pedal in the open E minor pentatonic scale. Instead of, that kind of thing. A lot of their songs kind of just write a riff, kind of Hendrix style, really, come up with some kind of riff with that scale. And I'm going to show you a couple of tricks that you can do, or not tricks, but just some ideas that you can do that are kind of all part of that classic language right there. And so first, just knowing the E blues scale, open E, 3, and then O, 1, 2, O, 2, O, 2. You can add a 3 as the blues note, and then O, 3, O, 3. 3, O, 3, O, 3, 2, O, 2, O, 2, 1, O, 3, O. Another thing is being able to play the open E power chord. So what we do is we take an E major chord, but we're going to mute this G string. So when you have the fuzz on, if you play that, it actually muddies up the chord. So we want to know the scale, and then that chord, but with that G string muted. So watch, I'll just play some licks and just, kind of mix in a couple of notes of a lick, or not even a lick, just a couple of notes of the scale, followed by that open E power chord. Okay, another thing that happens a lot is this kind of thing, the open E, and then to the octave, which is the second fret of the D string. And then open, and then back down with that E. And then another combo I like is going 2-0, 2-1-0, and with little tricks of hammer on pull off 0-1-0 to 3 on the low E string. And you almost don't want to hear that second open A. That one, you want to get to that pretty quick. You can let that one ring out, but then get to that. You can go to the open E, but a really cool trick from there, 2-0, 2-1-0, 3, back to the high root instead of the low E. And then you've got this never-ending lick. Okay, just some things to try. Another thing though that those three guys in particular do a lot, instead of doing your traditional 1-4-5 kind of thing. So if we're doing a lick in E, instead of going to like A necessarily, although A is always good, you want to go to A, but like instead of that traditional like A and B7 kind of thing, they like to use more of a rock sensibility in the progressions. So if we're thinking of it as kind of like an E rock thing, a D chord will happen a lot, and it's probably going to be even better to mute that high E string, just like we did with the A. And then the other classic would be G up to A. And then another good choice is to take that, it's the same scale, but go up here and play this little box, 5, 6, 7, 5, 7, 5, 7, and then resolve it with an open E and the E Hendrix chord. All right, hope you had fun with that. I really appreciate the support. Remember the Guitar Jams Facebook page. There's a link down there for it, always interacting on there. And then also my Blues Masterclass DVD set's on sale right now. And you can actually check the link down there to see what's in that. Thank you so much for the support. I had a lot of fun doing this. I'm going to do it again in the future. Anyway, we'll talk to you real soon. Take care.